never bothered about what could be coming.
Hey there everyone, welcome back to Measure and Mix. Today I'm making some Dollar Tree Easter DIYs, and this video is in collaboration with Jelena over at BlondieNextDoor. She has a lifestyle channel, so she does a little bit of everything over there, like organizing as well as cleaning and motivational videos, but she also does DIYs like Dollar Tree DIYs. She had some Valentine's DIYs out that it's still not late to do, so you want to check those out. She also had a spring DIY video recently that I just love. So she has really great ideas and is very talented. So you definitely need to check her out and go watch her Easter DIY video and see what she does after you are done here. The link is down below in my description box, so just click on that and that will take you right over there after you are done to watch her video. Show her some love and support by subscribing to her channel and liking her video. And if you are new here, welcome. Make sure to hit that subscribe button here and ring the notification bell so you don't miss out on any new videos. All right, let's get started. For this first DIY, I'm using one of the Dollar Tree white foam boards, and I'm getting my inspiration from this floral bunny wreath from Pier 1. It's $59.99, and I thought I could recreate it for a lot less out of Dollar Tree items. So I'm taking the foam board and I'm just using a pencil and tracing out the shape of my bunny the way I want it to look. So it doesn't have to be perfect, just kind of get a little silhouette of a bunny. You can use a stencil if you need to, make yourself a stencil, and then I'm just going to cut it out with a box cutter that is from Dollar Tree. Then I am taking some reindeer moss from Dollar Tree. I used 2 and about a half bags to cover the front of this bunny up. I just used spray adhesive and applied the moss on top of the spray adhesive, and then used some more spray adhesive on top of the moss to kind of hold it all in. And this is so that way if I don't have enough flowers to cover every little inch of this bunny, you'll be able to see moss instead of the white foam board. The flowers that I'm using are 1 bunch of these peachy pink roses, 2 bunches of the light peach pink roses, a bunch of these peonies, 1 bunch of these carnations, and 1 bunch of, I'm not sure how to pronounce these flowers, they're really tiny, and then 5 bunches of the white hydrangeas. I'm just using what I found at Dollar Tree and putting everything together. So use what you can find and what colors you like at your own Dollar Tree to put it together. And I also could have done this for a lot less than what I spent. I spent $15 on making this bunny, but you could definitely do it probably for under 10. My bunny just turned out to be really big, so you could definitely do this for a lot less with a lot less flowers as well. So I started off with the roses because they are the biggest out of the flowers, and as you saw, I just cut the tips off of the bottom of the roses, and now I'm just hot gluing them into place. Next I did the peonies, and I just placed everything out before I actually glued anything down, so that way I can make sure it filled up all the spaces. The next one I did was the carnations, and I just placed those all around to make sure that I liked them, and then hot glued those down. And then I did the hydrangeas last because they're the smaller ones out of all of these. They come in bunches, but they're smaller bunches, so I had to kind of bunch them all together. I didn't cut anything off the bottom of these to glue these down. I just applied some hot glue to them and then just glued them to the moss. Then the last flowers that I did were the ones that I couldn't pronounce, and they just came off with 1 flower head, and those were just used to fill in the rest of the gaps where you could see the moss and things like that. And those ones didn't sit as far down in between the flowers. I kind of pulled them up a little bit, so I hot glued those kind of to the other flowers, if that makes sense, and not so much to the moss, so that way they set up a little bit and you could see them better, and they would cover up more spots and be more of a filler flower like what I needed. Now once I was all done with that, I could still see some white around the edges where the moss didn't get all the way around the edges. So I took the rest of the half a bag of moss that I had left and I just applied some hot glue around the edges on the back side to cover that up so you couldn't see any white and it looked clean and finished. Then the last thing I did was take some of this white lace ribbon from Dollar Tree and make a little hanger, and I think this turned out so beautifully for $15 and perfect for Easter.
But we're still free and running, and this day has never kept us bothering. Every day we dance and life's been smiling. We're not young, still drunk in love. Oh, I got you, there's no reason to chasing pain.
This second DIY is pretty easy to do. I'm going to start out with one of these stretched canvases from Dollar Tree, and I don't need the canvas, so I'm just going to flip it over and remove the staples on the back with a little pry bar. This canvas that I'm using is an 8x10 size. Now I'm just going to set the frame aside, and I have these speckled Easter eggs from Dollar Tree. They have holes in the bottom of each one of the eggs, but I need holes in the top of them as well. So I'm just going to take my hot glue gun that's heated up, and I'm going to press the tip of it into the top of each one of these eggs to melt the plastic to make a hole. Now that I have 2 holes in each egg on the top and the bottom of each one, I'm going to use this floral wire that I already had, and I'm just going to string all of the eggs onto this floral wire. Now I'm not gonna lie, this was the hardest part of this DIY. I had to do the whole squinting with one eye and looking down the hole and pushing the wire up through the other hole. It was a little bit difficult. If you guys have another suggestion on how to string these, let me know. But it did work out. It took me about probably a little less than 10 minutes to get them all strung and just focusing on what I was doing. Once the eggs were all on the wire, I just went ahead and cut the excess wire and then brought the 2 wires together at the top and made a circle with the eggs and then twisted the wires together tightly so that way I wouldn't lose the circle shape. Then I just took some of this lace ribbon from Dollar Tree and wrapped it around the top of my little egg wreath and then placed the ribbon around the frame and hot glued that down to the front and the back of the frame. Then I went ahead and decided to make a bow with the lace ribbon. So I tied that and then I just hot glued that to the top of the ribbon and the frame. And I think this turned out so cute and it was a fun, easy little project to do for Easter.
Stay every night and day. I'm delighted 'cause I got you.
For this last DIY, I was kind of just creating as I went. I wasn't exactly sure what was going to happen at the end of this, but I got out these 2 clay pots from Dollar Tree. They come in a pack of 2, and I painted them with some pink chalk paint that I had mixed for Valentine's Day, and then I decided to print out on my Cricut Hippity Hop and Happy Easter, and I went ahead and applied them to the front of the clay pots. This is the font, the skinny, so it kind of looks like the Ray Dunn font, and I didn't have any transfer paper. That's why I was doing it this way, but it worked out. Then I had these 2 pom-poms, so I thought about bunny bottoms, and these kind of looked like bunnies, and they were fluffy and furry, so that's kind of what I was going for in these clay pots, were some bunny bottoms sticking out of the pots. So I went ahead and just cut off the keychain part of the pom-poms, and then I hot glued the little pom-poms to the very top side front of the clay pots. Then I had these 2 little burlap bunnies from Dollar Tree, and I just wanted the ears off of them, so I just pulled the ears off and then I hot glued them to the back side of the bunny, so that way it looked like the back of the bunny ears and the front side of the ears were facing the other side of the pot. I was originally going to put some like flowers or some carrots in the other side of the pot where the bunny's head would be, But then I decided to do something different while I was crafting. So I went ahead and had this little yarn bunny kit from Dollar Tree, and I pulled it out to make the little bunny feet. So I just took the 4 pieces of white felt out and I stacked them on top of each other to kind of cut them in more of an oval shape. And then I used that same pink chalk paint and just painted the little pads of the bunny's feet onto the felt. I was originally going to use the pink felt that came with this little crafting kit for the pads of the feet, but that didn't work out because it was too hard to cut these small little circles that I needed for the pads. Once the paint was all dry on the feet, I just went ahead and attached them to the front of the pot and the back of the bunny. I just used a little bit of hot glue to secure them down on both of the pots. So originally this idea would have been done after the feet were applied and I would have just put some flowers in the back of these, but I decided to not let that little crafting yarn kit go to waste, and I am using the 2 bigger yarn balls in the back of the pot and using those as the little bunny heads and applying the little pom-poms for eyes and noses, and then the other little pom-poms that come with the kit, applying those to the back of the bunny as the tails. And I think this DIY turned out super cute. It's a 360 DIY. You can turn it all the way around and you have a full bunny. Thank you guys so much for watching today. I hope you enjoyed these Dollar Tree Easter DIYs. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up. Don't forget to tag me over on Instagram so I can see your DIYs over there. If you don't have Instagram, don't worry. I have a Facebook group and you can share your DIYs over there, so make sure you join that. Those links are down below in the description box. Alright guys, that is it for this video. So head on over to Helena's channel now to check out her Dollar Tree Easter DIYs, and I will see you guys in the next one. Take care. Bye-bye.